Here with EKU quarterback Matt Morrissey. Appreciate the time as always, Matt.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
So, what was it like growing up in your childhood? You two brothers, one sister. Is that correct? Am
Yeah,
I correct on that?
yeah.
Yeah. Take us through what your childhood was like.
Growing up was, it was great. Like, sometimes I look back on it, I miss, the times just being with my family all the time. When you're younger, you can't wait to get away, but once you get older, you kind of look back on the memories and you miss it and wish you had more time. But yeah, growing up, my older brother, me. So there's my older brother. He's 16 months older than me, and then there's me, and then there's my younger brother who's 16 months older or younger than me, and then my little sister is 5 years younger than me. So she kind of was the young one. She would get us in trouble and stuff. We messed with her because she was the baby of the family. But growing up, my two brothers, we kind of our parents put us in every sport possible. We dressed the same. We played every sport together. We always were kind of whenever we got home, we were playing football, basketball, anything. So just growing up, I feel like with them, they really, got me into sports, and I found my love of the game with them. And then, they kind of gave me that competitive edge, just not wanting to lose to your brothers. Every game we were playing until the end of in the fight, and then it was over with. But yeah, so just growing up, I'm thankful for my family. I'm really big on family, and I'm just thankful for everything they've done for me. And I feel like they're the biggest reason to who I am and the type of player I am as well.
So it sounds like kind of most college athletes that grew up with a couple brothers or a couple sisters that play sports at any level. It sounds like it was pretty competitive.
Yeah, it was super competitive. Like I said, we would play something every day, and we would play all day until one of us got in a fight and they had to go in. So you go into your room and get punishment, so you couldn't play anymore. But yeah, it was we were every day just competing, not wanting to lose. You have bragging rights for the rest of the night until that next day, and you play if you win. So
Now, was football always your first sport you kind of grew into? I know you played basketball, a little golf. Were there any other sports? I know you got some roots elsewhere. What else were you involved with growing up?
yeah, so growing up, it was football. So I was all football like when I was younger, probably from the time I started playing football, which was like first grade. I think I started playing tackle. So from like first grade all the way up until probably I would say seventh grade, I was all football. Football was my main sport. I played a bunch of sports in between, like basketball. Like you said, roots elsewhere. My dad's from Ireland, so I played Gaelic football and hurling growing up, and I love those sports. I think those two sports contribute a lot to just hand-eye coordination and being able to play other sports. So, but yeah, from like first to seventh grade, I was probably just football was my true love. Like that was my number one sport, and then probably from seventh till end of sophomore year, junior year, I was basketball. I had a really good AAU team. We were really good at basketball, and we would be with each other all summer, every weekend during the week, just hanging out. And we would go to tournaments and we would win tournaments. And I fell in love with basketball then. So from like seventh to sophomore, I was basketball, and then my junior year, I had a pretty good year of football for junior, and I fell back in love with football. I was like, yeah, this is my main sport again.
Hmm. And I feel like, especially in the States, that, basketball, football, baseball, sometimes all those are kind of the big three, big four, whatever. But
Yeah.
I want to touch on a little bit about those roots there. Tell me, for the average fan who may not know much about those sports, you got a little Irish in you, right?
Yeah, my dad.
Okay, tell us about that.
Yeah, so my dad, he's from County Clare in Ireland. He came out to America when he was 22. He met my mom. They fell in love. They got married, and then my mom's side. So my mom, she's from Chicago, born and raised, but then her whole family, their roots are back in County Meath and in Ireland as well. So both sides of my family just really Irish, big family. We get together anytime we can. Any excuse to get together, we're gonna get together, have fun. And yeah, so growing up, my dad had us in playing Gaelic football and hurling. And yeah, I love those sports. Every summer, there's a place called Gaelic Park in Ireland. I in Chicago. It's like in Oak Lawn, like suburbs of Chicago. Every summer, I would spend every Sunday, at Gaelic Park, because my dad was big with the Pierces, one of the teams there. So I would spend every Sunday all day just running around there playing Irish football, hurling, American football on the side, or soccer. Just so yeah, I feel like that was a big part of my upbringing. Just my Irish side, and just spending my summers out there.
What would you say are the similarities to that and college football, and what's something that's completely different about it?
Well, similarities, I would just say the love of the game. Like if you go watch, and the physicality of the game. Like if you go, watch, uh, if you go like look up on YouTube, I'll tell you if you're interested. It's hard to explain because it's such like a different, like the differences. I can name a bunch of differences, but I would just say go look it up on YouTube, like Gaelic football or hurling. But yeah, I would say the similarities are just the love of the game and the toughness and physicality of the game. If you go watch the highlights, like you got to be tough to play that game. No pads, you're getting hit, all that, and then they just love the game. They play it for free, and everyone's so passionate about their counties and stuff. My dad, he's from Clare. They just won all Ireland for hurling, and just seeing like all my family and just seeing my dad's reaction when they won, and how passionate he was for his team, and it just means a lot for them.
So you go to Trinity Valley, a JUCO there, and JUCO life, you hear stories all the time about how tough of an experience it is. What was your JUCO experience like?
I actually love JUCO. To be honest, I didn't really have that tough of experience because everyone who knows me, like I don't really like doing too much other than playing football and just playing sports. I like being active, so just going there. Everyone there. I have a lot of great friends from there that I still talk to almost weekly. And I think when I went there, I met a lot of people who had like the same mindset as me. Like we were all just there trying to get out. We felt we were overlooked, and we were hungry to get out. So I loved it there because every day we were at the field putting in extra work, or if we had some free time, we would go to the gym and play basketball. And yeah, I feel like I'm really thankful for that because I feel like it shaped me and it introduced me to a lot of like people who are my brothers for life, and it just put me around people who helped shape my mentality as well. Just like you got to get it, and
Did you know
I
that
just
town was the black-eyed pea capital of the world?
yeah, I didn't know that until I was down there. Yeah. I actually
Did
forgot
you
about that until you brought it up. Yeah.
did you have you tried any?
Like I've had some before, but not. They don't really give you like it's not like that big of a deal down there, really.
That's hilarious.
I miss eating Whataburger being down in Texas. I miss
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some teams in Texas we got coming up on the schedule. Maybe we can have a trip there sometime for some food, post game meal.
Hopefully, yeah, post game meal Whataburger would be nice.
We did it last year. That was
Oh,
one of the foods on the plane ride back.
oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that
Yeah,
then. You
yeah,
tell me the honey butter chicken strip sandwich.
yeah, yeah. When we got on the plane, the burger was a little cold, but it still tasted pretty good.
Yeah, but the thing with Whataburger is like you don't go. No one really goes and gets like the people when you're in. You don't really go and get the burger. You go and get either the patty melt,
Uh-huh. Yeah,
the honey butter chicken strip sandwich, or the honey butter chicken biscuit too. So they're like the main ones.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They all taste really good. So take me through, go from JUCO to Northern Iowa. Now, what was your experience like at Northern Iowa?
Yeah, so coming out of JUCO, I was there during JUCO, and a lot of thing that kind of made it hard was when I was at JUCO, COVID hit. So the fall season got canceled. It got pushed back to the spring, and just coming out, it wasn't a lot of options, just because everyone was bringing their players back, and I ended up going to UNI. I finished my season in May, and I ended up going to UNI in June or July. So I was there for 2 years, and I met some good people there. So I have some friends there that I talk to all the time, and I just my time was good there. Obviously, I wanted to play, but Theo was ahead of me, and he actually ended up having a great year. My last year there, I think he was one of the best FCS quarterbacks. So there was nothing I couldn't really knock him. But just after being there for 2 years, I knew I had 2 years left of eligibility, so I needed to go somewhere, and get some film just to because I'm hoping to play football past college level. So I knew I had to get somewhere and get some film. So I ended up leaving after my second year there and going to Western Illinois.
And that was your first taste of Division One at UNI. Was it a big difference for you going from JUCO to the FCS level?
Uh, I think it wasn't like a super big difference just because I feel like JUCO, a lot of the kids I played against, they went, to the, high level D1s, and so you're playing a lot of good athletes every single week in JUCO. But I think the biggest thing is just once you get D1, everyone's coached, like the coaching is, everything's broken down way more, so everything's by the book. So it's a lot bigger than just going out there in JUCO. You just go play ball and make plays. But and once you get D1, coverages aren't going to bust as much. Teams are going to disguise their coverage more. They're going to bring different type of pressure. So it's a lot more that you have to learn just to be ready to step on the field. As far as that, I feel like the biggest thing was mentally wise was just adjusting to D1.
Yeah, everybody at this level, they were the guy, the stud on their high school team. So
Yeah,
it's kind of like a culmination of a, like, guess for lack of a better word, just like an all-star team basically of
yeah,
who,
D1.
yeah, who
Yeah.
was at the high school level. Now, going from to EKU, you seem like you've kind of found your groove now. Do you feel a lot more comfortable? You got a couple games under your belt. You feel like you're more yourself now?
Yeah, I think definitely I'm starting to get more comfortable. That was the biggest thing. Just reps is always going to get you more comfortable. I think we're starting to gel more as a team. We're still not where we want to be at, but that's always good each week. We got 2 wins under our belt, and we're not where we want to be at. So it gives us something to look forward to, like what we can do when we're really, really executing at a high level and executing at a level that we're happy with. So yeah, just these past few games, I'm definitely starting to get more comfortable, and I'm excited to keep going.
All right, quarterbacks are used to high pressure situations. I'm going to put you in a little bit of a high pressure situation here.
All right.
What's one thing that fans or not a lot of people know about you? They see you on the field on Saturdays. What would be something that maybe a lot of fans wouldn't expect that you would, maybe a talent or something? What's something that people don't know about you?
Oh, I gotta think. Uh, Maybe people might not realize I'm a big soccer fan.
Okay.
Obviously I love football, but I think other after football, my second favorite sport to pay attention to is watch games and stuff is soccer. So I love playing FIFA too. So that might be a big surprise. A lot of people don't really like soccer out here as much, but my older brother's really big in it too. So I love kind of following soccer. That might be a shocker to everyone.
What's really cool? Those FIFA video games.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually one of
Yeah.
my favorite games to play is FIFA.
Uh-huh.
I like it because it's like the game's nonstop, like no timeouts, no, you just have one
Right.
half and you
Yeah.
keep going.
And you get to do a lot less running.
Yeah. Yeah, in the video games. Yeah, in real life, it's a lot of running.
Yeah. Yeah. I was reading one article one time a long time ago. It says like some coach put a tracker on just how much one of those players run in a game, and it's like 7, 8 miles. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
So outside of football, what else do you like to do?
Uh, yeah, I mean, outside of football, kinda I mean, all I really do is I know it sounds kinda corny and, everyone might say this, but, when I'm back home, all I really do is, I go train at Throws Deep all the time, so I'm always doing that, just playing football, throwing, and then, I love playing basketball, pick up basketball. Just, I love sports, just any sport, anything that's like a competition, I'm gonna play it. And then, I play video games every here and there. I don't really get to play it during the season, don't really have as much time, but in the off season, I'll play
Yeah.
video games every here and there. And then, I just like being with my family. I like being at home, just, hanging out with my family. Even if we're not doing anything, just being, together at the house is, I enjoy that.
And you were speaking a little bit about it earlier, and I assume you want to take football to the highest level it can take you. What for you right now? I know this is probably question, a better question at the end of the year. What do you feel like that looks like, and is there a potential backup plan if that does not work?
Yeah, well, obviously, what I feel like it looks like, I just have to handle business. the rest of the season. I think I got to step it up a lot more still. And, all that individual goals, I can't really, think about that during the season. I just got to think about the team goals. We want to stay undefeated at Roy Kidd Stadium. We want to win conference championships, national championships, and I feel like if, we accomplish all those goals, all the individual stuff that I want for myself will, take care of itself because, I'm a quarterback. So if I'm able to, help lead this team to those and play my part, I think that will help translate to the next level. And then I'm getting my MBA right now, so I'll probably have something to do with that. Regardless if I play at the next level or not, I'm still gonna, do something in the business world as well.
Has it been a challenge for you, learning a new system, a new program, knowing that you're only going to be here for a year?
No, because I think it gave me like a lot more of a like an edge. Like, oh, you better lock in. You only got 1 year at this. Get in there as much as you can, and learn the offense. And Coach Smith has done a really good job. I said this in the past interviews. Ever since I got here, whenever I needed to meet, whenever I wanted to meet extra, he would always be there, and he would even get me to come meet with them. So he's done a great job, and it just gives me motivation to see how much time and effort he's willing into invest into me. It makes me go out there on Saturdays like I want to make sure he looks good by my performance. So I think just being here for 1 more year gave me a lot of motivation, just knowing the time's short.
For sure. Well, hey, Matt, I appreciate your time, and it was always good to talk to you.
Yes,
And
sir.
good luck on Saturday.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Matt.